Welcome to Zoe Olivia Mindset. I'm your host, Zoe, coach to the growth-minded high achiever, expert leader of full life transformations, and a voice for abundance, self-love, and mind, body, and soul alignment. This show is for out-of-the-box thinkers with big dreams, and every episode is designed to help you feel safe and free in your own skin, as well as guiding you in your healing and awakening journey. May you feel energized, expanded, safe, inspired, and free. Thank you for joining me. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Zoe Olivia Mindset. I am so happy. I am thrilled that you guys are on this journey with me. And as always, sending you so much love, so much light, and so much gratitude. So a couple of orders of business before we get started. So we are in the middle of July right now. I, as of right now, have one spot left for August, one-on-one virtual VIP client training. I say one spot left. You know me, and I will likely open two if we are aligned, if we are a good fit, if you are committed to doing the work. So if this is calling to you, if this is resonating with you, if you're ready to put in the work to have the life you've always wanted, if you're ready to face things, if you're ready to release stored trauma, if you're ready to step into your best life, please, for the love of God, do not wait. I'm going to have a link in the show notes. If you're listening to this after it was originally recorded, you can always check my Instagram bio because you'll see what's going on, how many availabilities, if any, that I have in my schedule, what programs I have available. So make sure you're always on the lookout there. But I will put in the show notes a direct application link for that spot in August. So don't wait. If you want to unfuck yourself, right? This is not something that I suggest that you put off for much longer, but we are our own decision makers, and it is in your hands. Just know that I love you. You are infinitely supported, and let's kick off today's podcast. Woo! So I want to start this podcast with a question. I'm going to give you some parameters before I ask this question, okay? I want you, whatever you're doing right now, whether you're in the kitchen or in the car, whatever it is that you're doing, let the answer arrive to you. Don't think too much about it. Let it just come. Let it be the first thing that drops into your mind. That's the answer. So I want to invite you here to not overthink this. Just let it arrive to you, and it will. So create that space right now to receive the answer to this question. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question, and then I'm going to pause briefly so that you can reflect. Okay, here's the question. What in your life right now is holding you back from living your best life? Okay. The question was, what in your life right now is holding you back from living your best life? All right. I'm sure the answer came to you, whether it's in your relationships, your bank account, your mental state. Don't overthink it, because the first thing that came to you is your answer. So bring that answer to the forefront of your attention, to your awareness right now. Okay. Bring that limitation to your awareness. And guess what, my friends? That limitation does not exist. That doesn't exist. That's not real. What you perceive is holding you back is fiction. Okay? Before I go into what on earth this means and how we can have you feeling more empowered, let's talk about what is a limit. Okay? What is a limit? What is a limitation? So for example, let's say you're like, all right, Zoe, bank account. right? I need more money. Let's say that's what came up. I need more money, okay? A limit is a self-imposed threshold, a narrative, a misalignment, a perceived shortcoming. None of these are real. This is not reality. And I'm going to get into all the what this means, and I'm not invalidating you, and what you feel matters. You know me by now, but let's not speed past this lesson because it is fundamental. If you feel like you're missing something, if you feel like if this changes, then I'll feel better, you're wrong. Because feeling better comes first. It comes before the money. It comes before the dream relationship, before the dream job, before the life changing career and all of that jazz. It comes first. So everything that you perceive that's in your way, even though if you listen to the last episode, it's a clue as to where you can move forward, it's not a real obstacle. Okay, I'm talking between fast and slow because I really want this to hit home for you guys. I want this to land. I want this to resonate, and I want you to be able to marinate on this. Okay, so let's take that last example of the bank account, and you can apply this to whatever it is that came up when I asked you the question in the beginning, right? Let's say the bank account, you're like, but I have $0, or the meme of Patrick, because I always am quoting memes, the Patrick Star from SpongeBob, where he's like, I have $3. Like, that could be what you see when you look in the bank. So all of this is to say there are limits that are not real. There are, however, things that you fear. There are things that you carry shame about, or guilt about, or anger, or sadness. These are not limitations, however. All these are versions, like inner children inside of you, that are reaching out for love and acceptance so you can continue to move forward towards your highest self. So start to change your mindset. There's nothing holding you back, but what is coming up when you think of your limitation is actually a clue as to what needs to be met so you can move forward. So none of this toxic positivity of like, if you feel sad, just get over it. Like, think better. Well, yes, but also meet the part of you that's feeling less than optimal. Okay, so let's take that example again with the bank account. Let's say Jane has $3, like Patrick Star, and she's like, oh my God, but how am I going to survive? And how am I going to, what's going on is she's not limited by her bank account. She's going through fear. Potentially she's going through some shame. Maybe she can't go to dinner with her friends. She feels like she can't. She's missing peace, right? So if you listen to what I was saying in the beginning, the mindset shift comes first before the money. And to have the money, you have to understand why it is that I want it. Okay, so let's say Jane wants $1,000 so she can travel. Okay, why does she want to travel? Because it makes her feel free, because it makes her feel comfortable, happy. These are the things that she needs to practice feeling now before the money can come to her. Okay, and we will get into this because I know if this isn't your first rendezvous in manifesting and law of attraction, this is starting to resonate with you. And if this is your first rendezvous, we will get into what all of this means. But if you think about law of attraction, if you've ever heard of it, whatever, I'll just give you the 101 breakdown. It's like you attract what you are. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So if you want money so that you can feel free and happy, guess what you got to do, my friends? You got to meet all the parts of you that don't feel free and happy, see them, love them, and shift into peace and happiness first. Because if you don't do that first, I guarantee maybe you'll get $1,000, but guess what you won't get? The peace and happiness that you've been looking for this whole fucking time. Okay, so you ever hear those stories of the people who have gazillions of dollars and they're still not happy? Yes, money can make you feel better. It can pay for experiences and self-care and all that good stuff, but it will not give you the peace and happiness you're looking for until you give it to yourself first. Woo! I got a little hype there. Sometimes you're going to hear me. I'm coming through always with love. Sometimes it feels like a shake. Sometimes it feels like a hug. Today might have felt like a little bit of a shake because it's time to snap out of it, you guys. You have no limitations. And if you think that you do, this episode is for you, because what's going on right now is you have things you have to meet, but they're not holding you back. Okay. And let me give you an example of this, right? So if you've listened to other episodes, I highly recommend, if you haven't, to go right after this and listen to the episode on ownership, which is, I think it's the one where I say the most controversial hack, something to that extent is the title, right? Listen to that. For the love of God, please listen to that one. Okay. All that is saying is you create your reality as within, so without. So if things aren't going well in your external, in your bank account, let's just keep using Jane's example, right? There is something inside of you that's asking to be seen, loved, and accepted, period. So stop looking for change to happen out there first and start looking in yourself. Always. Like, I will scream this at you 100%. If you're in my life in any capacity, you know I already do. Your outside life, your relationships, your work life, your home life, your bank account, those are reflections of your inside life, period. That is all that they are. Period, 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 exclamation point, underscore, squiggly line, baby. Your outside life is a reflection of your inside life. That's all it is. That's why I don't get mad at people. I can feel, kind of activated by something that they're saying, but I know that it's not them. They're showing me something inside me that needs to be seen, loved, accepted. Okay. So I'm actually really grateful to whoever that person is that's saying something that is activating me, because it has nothing to do with them and everything to do with me. Ownership. I'm screaming. Okay. Last point before I wrap this up, you guys, I want to tell you a story. If you are one of my beautiful, amazing clients or a friend, you have heard this before, stick around. Okay. This is the story of the feather, the brick, and the truck. And this is why this work is so important. And when I say this work, I'm talking about your inner healing. Okay. Let's say you're feeling like ass right now. Let's use Jane's example. You have $3 in your bank account. How are you going to survive? All the things are coming up. You have two paths. You face the version of you that's feeling things that she may or may not understand, or you avoid it. You face it or you avoid it. Okay. Here's how that's going to unfold. Let's start with the avoiding. Okay. First of all, here's what's going to happen. You are going, let's imagine this. When life is trying to teach you a lesson, it's going to teach it to you in three ways. First, it's going to be like a little feather, like a soft tickling on your cheek to be like, psst, there's a lesson for you to learn here. And so many of us are like, oh my God, this is so annoying. Get away from me, feather. So we turn the other cheek, pun intended, and we don't look at the lesson. We avoid it. So we choose to avoid. Guess what happens? We think that if we avoid it, it goes away. Ha! Now you're smacked in the face with a brick. So whereas it was this light feather just caressing your cheek so lightly, now it's a brick like slamming you in the face. And you're like, ow, what the fuck? That hurts. I feel that. You know those experiences in your reality where you're like, ow, this is happening. You feel it. It's loud. It stings. Okay. That's number two. So you can do the same thing. You can face it or you can avoid it. Let's say you still avoid it. Guess what's going to happen next? Now it's not a brick. It's a truck that's going to just come smack you. Sorry for being crude. I'm not sorry, actually. You guys got to hear this. Feather, brick, truck. So are you going to face it or are you going to avoid it? Because guess what? If you avoid it, which is totally within your wheelhouse, you can make that decision. It's not going to go away. That will get so loud that your life is going to feel like it's blowing up in front of your face. And that's no one else's fault or responsibility. That's on you. I tell you this with love. You're in the driver's seat here. Everything that's happening is a reflection of your inner state. So it's time to step up, take responsibility for that, meet what needs to be met. And the way you can do that, you can rewind this episode, right? And listen to the example I gave with the bank account with Jane. Something's going icky in your life. What is the feeling state that you want to have? So what do you currently have? why, and what is it that you want? And practice feeling what you want to feel after you've met how you don't want to feel. So if I'm Jane, I would say something to the extent of, okay, I am scared. I can't take care of myself. I'm scared I'm inadequate. I'm scared I'm not good enough. Meaning that and being like, oh, that's not true. Those are limitations, which I know from listening to Zoe Olivia Mindset are not real. So I can honor them that they're here. But guess what? I'm not going to stay in that. I really want to feel safe and at peace. So I'm going to practice feeling that. I'm going to throw myself into some meditations. I'm going to reach out for support. I'm going to learn how I can support myself because I'm not going to continue this way. I'm not going to go out to the bar. I'm not going to book another vacation until I face my shit. Because if I keep avoiding, that truck is going to back up onto me, baby. And that's on me. Okay. So I say all the time that it's like my favorite topic, but this is essential foundations, guys, for building not only the life of your dreams, but a life that's really sustainable, that you can continue to build on top of. So I am so grateful if you've tuned into this episode. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please reach out to me with your feedback at Instagram, the Zoe Olivia. Okay, you can reach out in the DMs. Please screenshot this episode and tag me. I love to see that you guys are watching and enjoying the podcast. Again, please, if this episode resonates for you, I have one spot, and these spots go fast, like underline, exclamation point. So if you're interested, don't wait. Fill out the application form in the show notes. It'll also be most likely in my Instagram bio. Don't wait, okay? Your dream life is right around the corner. Time to take some ownership, time to step into everything, okay? Happy for you guys, proud of you guys. You got this. Sending you love, and I will connect with you soon.